Welcome to the free audiobook version of The Everyday Pain Guide, your go-to guide when pain first strikes. Hi, I'm Dr. Ya-Ling Liu, and the podcast is taking a little detour to make my new book available in an audio-friendly version for everyone out there. Each episode will feature a bite-sized snippet from the book, and together we'll work our way through as much of it as is possible in this format. What's exciting about this is that I'm reading parts of the book to you before it's even available on the shelves. Plus, unlike with a traditional audiobook, you can engage with the content and chat with me about what you hear. You get to ask questions and tell me what you think as each episode rolls out. So sit back and relax as I bring you today's installment of the second book in the Everyday Pain Guide series, Fix the Fire Damage. So over the last 7 episodes, we've been uncovering the important parts of our body machine through which all inbound garbage has to find its way, whether it's food, liquids, air, soaps, or lotions being introduced through the mouth, nose, or skin. Food and liquids go through one type of journey, air goes through another, and soaps and lotions pass through yet another. Each of them on their own entirely unique journey, unique at least until they reach the blood. Remember, everything eventually gets broken down into microscopic components that end up in our blood transport system, for better or for worse. Once the blood transport system gets a hold of our disassembled garbage, no matter what it is, good or bad, it gets shuttled to our 3 most powerful garbage processing plants. And that's where the garbage journeys converge, even though they all started out in very different locations. Today, I'll introduce you to these 3 crucial garbage processing structures. They play a major role in determining your overall garbage burden, which can impact your pain and inflammation levels anywhere in your body. Here we go now with the final piece of the Body Chemistry Repair Guide, Part 1. A quick reminder that the information, techniques, and suggestions discussed here are not intended as a substitute for your own medical care. Always consult a healthcare provider before implementing any advice referenced here. Universal garbage influencers. Number 1, the liver auto detox. Your liver is a workhorse. It is doing its own thing automatically all day, all night, 7 days a week, and it's the central hub of your body machine's coolest feature. The liver houses your major garbage treatment plant. After being extracted from our food and liquids, air, or when things sneak past the barriers of your skin, chemicals and molecules that are potentially hazardous get diverted, hop onto the blood transport system, and end up in the liver for safer processing than if left floating around the body. We will look more closely at this in one of the upcoming episode sections entitled Taking Out the Garbage. It's when the liver becomes backlogged or overwhelmed by an onslaught of garbage in that we become more vulnerable to experiencing overt expressions of inflammation that were otherwise being handled under the radar and kept to a low grade. Suddenly, there can be body pain where there wasn't any and without obvious mechanical injury. Number 2, kidneys. Filtration. These 2 little organs are major players in our fluid filtration system. They are garbage influencers as much as they are a physical stop along the journey. They receive fluid from the blood and lymph and ensure elimination of waste contained in that fluid while reabsorbing things we aren't finished with just yet. Again, the kidneys, like the liver, are also operating tirelessly, receiving fluid from the blood and lymph every hour of the day. Like an elaborate coffee filter, kidneys ensure that we preserve fluid balance by discarding waste and excess fluid while simultaneously preserving certain electrolytes like calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Adjustments to our systemic fluid balance are often made at the kidneys in response to things like sweat production and hydration levels, which can have far-reaching impact on your whole body health. Number 3, lymphatic system. This system consists of a network of vessels that travel all over the body and intertwine with our blood network. Any place you find blood vessels, you'll also find neighboring lymph vessels. The lymph system is sometimes compared to a sewer system. Its network of vessels transports lymph fluid, which contains cells essential for immune function like white blood cells, lymphocytes, and immunoglobulins. This fluid is picked up from our organs and tissues, and it's often a mix of things that was deposited by the blood. The lymph vessels carry this fluid back into the blood to be eliminated at the kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin. As lymph is escorted through the system, it encounters numerous lymph nodes along the way. Lymph nodes are abundant little enlargements in the vessels where the fluid is filtered through, removing any damaged cells. The nodes are also where we launch immune responses against bacterial or viral invaders. When you either feel it yourself with your fingers or have a doctor tell you that you have swollen lymph nodes, those are nodes that are extra busy working to clean up your lymph. Swollen lymph nodes are evidence of one type of increased garbage burden. Remember, since what we ingest, inhale, or absorb gets shuttled through the entire body via the blood transport system, it eventually shows up in all the same exit points. So when you take a bite of food, a breath of air, or slather yourself in lotion, you are potentially adding to your body's overall garbage burden with molecules that need to be sorted into those two piles, keep or toss. That completes the Body Chemistry Repair Guide Part 1 from Volume 2 of the Everyday Pain Guide series, Fix the Fire Damage. Remember to check the links in the show notes for how to get your free year-long subscription to my Substack publication, Better Pain Coping, where you can share those thoughts, reactions, or personal experiences with pain, or anything else you heard in this episode. Next time, we start one of 4 episodes dedicated to sharing Part 2 of the Body Chemistry Repair Guide. We're still setting the stage to help you get your bearings when you get to the Body Chemistry Action Plan. See you then. This episode was an excerpt from The Everyday Pain Guide, your go-to guide when pain first strikes. Written and narrated by me, Dr. Ya-Ling Liu, with audio editing and production provided by Organized Sound Productions. Do you have questions or comments about today's episode? You can shoot me an email anytime at hello@stopeverydaypain.com. That's HELLO@stopeverydaypain.com. If you have friends or family members who you know are struggling with persistent, recurring aches and pains, tell them to check out the podcast while they're waiting for the book. To help me get this information to as many people who need it as possible, please consider leaving an honest review, but I'd also be super grateful for a simple like, follow, or share. Thank you for helping me put a stop to everyday pain.